Today, we're going to tackle a word that sounds super simple, but is actually one of the most important concepts in family law. That word is domicile. It's all about your true legal home, and believe me, the answer is almost never as straightforward as you think. So let me just ask you straight up, where is your legal home? Now, you might be thinking, well, it's where I'm living right now, right? Or maybe you'd point to the country on your passport. But here's the thing. In the eyes of the law, the answer is way more specific, and it has these huge implications for your life.
All right, first things first, let's get these terms straight, because this is where a lot of people get tripped up. Your domicile, that's your permanent legal home. Your residence, that's just where you happen to be living right now. And nationality, well, that's your citizenship. So get this, you could have a British passport, be living in France, but your legal domicile could still be in, say, Texas. See? 3 totally different things.
Okay, so now that we've got that distinction down, let's really dive in. What exactly is domicile?
You know, the legal definition here kind of gives away the secret ingredient. It's not just about where your body is. Look at these key phrases: permanent home and the intention to return. That idea, that intention, that's the magic piece of the puzzle. It's what separates your domicile from just, the place you're renting.
And I absolutely love this quote because it just cuts through all the complicated legal speak. We're talking way back in 1853, and a judge just nails it. He says, by domicile, we mean home, the permanent home. That's it. It's the place you're most connected to, your home base, for real.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a little academic, right? A bit dry, but trust me on this, the real-world stakes are incredibly high. Your domicile is like this legal anchor that determines some of the biggest questions of your life.
I mean, just take a look at this list. We're talking about your ability to get married, who gets your stuff when you're gone, the legal status of your kids, even which country's courts get to handle your divorce. This is not just some dusty legal term, it's a core piece of who you are in the eyes of the law.
And the whole entire system hangs on 2 golden rules. They're super simple. Baroness Hale put it perfectly. Rule number 1, you always have a domicile. You can't be legally homeless, ever. Rule number 2, you can only have one at a time. No exceptions. The law needs one clear answer. These 2 principles, there's the bedrock for everything else we're about to talk about.
Okay, so if everyone has a domicile from the second they're born, where does it come from? How do you get that first one? Well, it all starts right at the beginning.
This is your domicile of origin. Think of it like your legal default setting. You don't choose it. It's just assigned to you by the law, bam, the moment you're born. Every single person on the planet has one. So how does the law figure it out? Well, traditionally, it looks to your parents. If your parents were married when you were born, your domicile of origin is usually the same as your father's domicile was at that exact moment. It's like your legal anchor, right from day one. But, and this is a big but, you're not stuck with that original domicile forever. Of course not. Once you're an adult, you get the power to pick a new legal home for yourself. And this is what's called a domicile of choice. Now, getting a domicile of choice, it's not as simple as just packing a suitcase. The law is really strict about this. There are 2 big tests you have to pass. First, the easy part. You have to actually live there. That's residence. But second, and this is the absolute clincher, you have to have the clear, solid intention to live there permanently, for good. Just living somewhere, even for 20 years, isn't going to cut it on its own.
There's this great old case from 1869 that just perfectly explains the difference. It says residence is just, well, being there physically. But domicile, that needs that fixed intention to settle. It's all about what's going on in your head, not just what's on your mailbox.
And check this out. This is a really fascinating part. It's like a legal safety net. So let's say you move to Spain. You form the intention, you get your domicile of choice there. Great. But then, years later, you decide to leave Spain for good. The second you abandon that Spanish domicile, what happens? Your original one, the one you got at birth, it just, poof, it snaps right back into place. It's because of that golden rule, remember? You can never be without a domicile.
All right, that brings us to our third and final category. This one is for people who the law says can't form that all-important intention we've been talking about. And when you think about it, this makes perfect sense, right? A kid or someone who doesn't have the mental capacity can't legally decide, yup, I'm going to make this my permanent home. So the law just says their domicile follows the domicile of whoever they're legally dependent on, a parent or a guardian.
And it's really interesting to look at a major historical example of this: married women. Under the old common law, a woman's legal identity was basically absorbed into her husband's. The second she got married, her domicile automatically became his. It didn't matter what she wanted or intended. It just happened.
And back then, under that old system, breaking that link was a big deal. Just getting legally separated wasn't enough for a wife to get her own domicile back. Nope. The law demanded a final, official divorce decree to cut that legal tie. Only then was she free to go out and get a new domicile of choice for herself.
Okay, so let's wrap this all up with a quick domicile rulebook. The key takeaways. Remember, you've always got one. You can only have one at a time. That first one, your domicile of origin, is super sticky, and it'll always come back if you abandon your new one. And to change it, well, that takes a huge commitment. You have to both move there and have that powerful, permanent intention to stay. So that brings us right back to where we started. But now, you've got a whole new way to think about it. When you really consider where you were born, where you've lived, and most importantly, what your deepest intentions are for the future, where is your true legal domicile? It's way more than just a spot on a map, isn't it? It's a fundamental piece of your legal identity, and it's definitely something worth figuring out.